It says f of x is equal to 12x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 1. So show that 4x minus 1 is a factor of x and write f of x in the form 4x minus 1, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we want to show that 4x minus 1 is a factor. So there's two things you can do. Do you know what? Actually, I did this in the test last year, but it was before I did the factor theorem. So can somebody tell me how else would I be able to show that 4x minus 1 is a factor without using the factor theorem? How else would I be able to do that? We're going to do it here, but I just want to know how would I do that? Can somebody tell me? Oh, not quite make x the subject, right? What I mean is what you could do is you could do long division, couldn't you? Exactly, Dominic. I use long division, and then at the end of the long division, what should I expect to get at the bottom, guys, if it's a factor? Exactly. We should get zero, right? We're going to do long division anyway because that's part of the question. But in terms of this specifically, you can use the factor theorem, which I'm going to use now. But last year when I did it, I hadn't yet taught the factor theorem. I had just taught long division. So I did it the long division way. But we'll do the factor theorem because that's the most efficient way. So show that it's a factor. So let's set that equal to zero. That means that we have 4x is equal to 1. That means that x is equal to a quarter. Right? So that means that we're gonna plug an f of a quarter, right? Inside. So we're gonna do 12 lots of a quarter cubed plus 5 lots of a quarter squared plus 2 lots of a quarter minus 1. And I'll just punch this right into my calculator. Where is my calculator, by the way? You guys can see my calculator, right? Let me just check. Yeah, you can. I'm sharing everything. So putting that in, just put that directly into your calculator. So it's gonna be what was the first? Is it 12, isn't it? So yeah, 12, a quarter, close bracket. What am I looking for again? Where's the arrow? Whoops. Oh, there. I forgot how to use the calculator for a second. Cube. Let me just check. All good. Yep. Good stuff. Okay. So cubed, 3, and then plus 5 quarter, and then cubed, oh sorry, squared, and then plus 2 lots of a quarter, which is a half, but I'll put it in anyway. 2 lots of a quarter, like that, uh, like that, and then minus 1. That gives us, I got a syntax error. What have I done? Oh, there, plus 5, my bad. Yeah, 0. Yeah, we get 0. So because we get 0, remember to show that it's a factor, you have to write your concluding statement. So we're going to say, therefore, 4x minus 1 is a factor of f of x. Yeah? Is everybody with that? Just simple factor theorem. Yeah? Okay. Now, the next part of this question, it says, and write f of x in the form 4x minus 1 times a quadratic factor. That means that we have to use long division to get what that quadratic factor is, isn't it? Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use long division. So I'm going to do that here. So let's do that. So we got 4x minus 1, and then we've got 12x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 1, right? So remember, firstly, we're going to do the 12x cubed divided by the 4x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. X cubed divided by x is x squared. So that would go there. So that would go there, wouldn't it? And then we're going to times that 3x squared by the 4x minus 1. So that would be 3x squared times 4x is going to be 12x cubed again. And then times and by the minus 1 is going to be minus 3x squared. Take those away, take away, take away. Those cancel. 5 minus minus 3 is 5 plus 3, which is 8. So that's going to be 8x squared. Bring that down, 2x, like that. Repeat the process. So it's going to be 8x squared over the 4x. 8 divided by 4 is 2. X squared divided by x is x. So that goes there. and then repeat the process. So that 2x times it by the factor that you're dividing by. 2x times a 4x is 8x squared. 2x times that minus 1 is minus 2x. Like that. Again, take away. 8x squared, x squared, those cancels. 2x minus minus 2 is 2 plus 2, which is 4. So that's a 4x there. And then bring that minus 1 down. Again, repeat the process. So 4x divided by 4x is just equal to 1, isn't it? Right? So that will go on the end there. And then now you do the 1 and you times it by 4x minus 1, which is just going to literally be 4x minus 1. Take those away. That is the same, so that cancels. So is that. You get 0, right? Which means, again, if we didn't use the factor theorem, because we've divided it and we've got no remainder, it has to be a factor. Yeah? So now we've got that. What do we do? Remember, we can say then that this here is our quadratic factor. And that tells us that f of x is equal to 4x minus 1 multiplied by that quadratic factor at the top, 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that is it for part A. And I think everybody got that correct from what I saw. I'm going to check again. But yeah, does that make sense, guys? We happy with that? Yeah, I'm just going to just check what people got for this one. Yeah, from what I can see, 4x minus 1. Yeah, yeah. A equals 3, B equals 2. Yeah, everyone got this correct from what I can see anyway. Cool. Brilliant. All right. Now, next one. We just see. Good stuff. Next one, it says, hence, show that the equation 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0 has exactly one rule solution. Well, it says hence, so let's use what we did before, right? Well, we figured out that that there is the same as 4x minus 1, um, bracket 3x squared plus 2x plus 1, right? Is equal to 0. Well, it has only one solution, apparently. We need to show that. Well, we already know what one of the solutions is, right? What is the solution that we are already aware of, guys? Well, it's the one that we use for the fact frame, this one right here. We are aware that this is x equals a quarter, right? So we know that there's a solution there. Now, since the question is telling us that there's only one, then what does that tell us about this one, guys? It tells us that there's no solutions, right? But how do we mathematically show that? Is it just enough to say that you can't solve it? Do we just write, well, you can't solve this and we're done and we're on our merry way? Exactly, Dominic. You have to be able to express to the examiner why there are no solutions there. It's no good just saying that you can't solve it, right? You have to show it. We're dealing with a quadratic. How do we determine how many roots the quadratic has? The discriminant. You have to apply the discriminant here. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You've got this here. Let's just say I set this equal to 0, like that. Plus 1 is equal to 0. We know that A is going to equal 3. B is going to equal 2. C is going to equal 1. The discriminant is B squared minus 4AC. So plugging that in, that's going to be 2 squared minus 4 lots of A, which is 3, times 1, right? What is that equal to? Whoops. I'm always running out of room. That is so annoying. Okay. Whoops. Okay, perfect. All right. So continuing, yeah, that's gonna be 4 minus 12, no? That is equal to minus 8, which is less than 0. So therefore, 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 has no real roots or no real solutions. All right, real solutions, right? And therefore, f of x, right? Or you can write like this, 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus 2x minus 1 equals 0 has exactly one real solution. And that's how you would show the examiner that there's only one solution. You have to apply the discriminant, show explicitly that you don't get any solutions because your discriminant is negative, and then that implies that there's only one because we already got that one already. Yeah, everybody happy with that?